discussion which we were having, we'll start with the understanding of the landscape of quantum based communication systems which are being filed globally right now. I'll put myself on mute. I already have some of the applications in front of me. We'll discuss this in detail. We'll start in a while. Now, when we are progressing towards the understanding of the quantum, and this quantum world is not new, it's just that a lot of applications or use case studies were researched in last more than 1 decade, and right now that has come into reality as a, I would say, collective reality in terms of the understanding and how even smart contracts, the code of smart contracts can be deployed in the quantum world. And the fascinating part is the intersection of the online world, the offline world, with the quantum world. And we already talked about it in terms of circular economy. So a lot of nomenclatures can be developed around the same, and the same has been developed. It's just that um, how one section of the tech can be deployed into the other would be an interesting case study itself to achieve the 2030 goals. Today we had some meetings where we were discussing as to how we should achieve the 2030 goals, and we are very excited to launch something in the online world and share it with the others, because this is a global momentum in terms of the achievement of the SDG goal at the first place. Okay, now as for the data tagging is concerned, first of all, we'll try and understand and distribute the data tagging. The first stuff which comes to our mind is the pulse modulation, and particularly I think I might discuss this particular use case study. However, we'll just focus on the tagging part of it right now, because that is important from the landscape of developing the smart contracts at the first place, even to develop the use case studies. So the understanding is to have the communication with clarity, which is very important. So pulse modulation is under H04B10 slash 524. Then we have quantum cryptography, that is H04L9 slash 0852. Photonic quantum communication, H04B10 slash 70. For the receivers, so generally when we are communicating, now being a lexicographer, a lot of, I would say, changes have been made to the word or receiver and the transceiver itself. Now these are coming with new taglines altogether, so we'll look into that. So this is to understand sending information from one node to the another node, and the transmitter node itself. If we just talk about the background in this particular okay, I don't want to go into the nomenclature, because again then that becomes a kind of a base line or a base model to develop something over it. But what we need to know is quantum key distribution, that is QKD, that allows sharing of cryptographic keys between the transmitter node and the receiver node, and that allows for a more secure communication protocol to be developed at the first place. Here we are trying to understand, when we talk about pulsating effect, there is an interaction in terms of, in this particular model itself, the pulse recombiner, so that has been introduced. Okay, let's deep dive into another one. So this will be a very short video. Probably I'll come online in a while and discuss the other aspects. So as far as the development of lighting devices is concerned, LED is playing a very pivotal role. So LED stands for light emitting diodes. However, there is a problem statement with the LED is the heat dissipation. And to tackle heat dissipation, a lot of it is causing a lot of problem in terms of the deployment in the environment. So that is there. Now, to obviate the same, it's not that we will take out the LED from the system. What we are going to do is, or what should be done is to mitigate and have the SWOT analysis in place, which will take care of the other aspects. So this particular stuff is how the quantum stuff can be utilized with the lighting devices and the lighting methods. For that, we have couple of tagging stuff. I'll talk about it. Illuminating devices providing colored light, that is G02F1 slash 133621. Then we have nano optics, or that is quantum optics or photonic crystals, that is B82Y20 slash 00. Then we have the light emitting diode. For the light emitting diode itself, we have the tagging under which is G02B6 slash 0073. For the quantum boxes and the quantum dots, we have G02F1 slash 01791. When we talk about the optical elements, that is a broader way of discussing the same. That is B32B2551 slash 00. If we are trying to understand the quantum dots, that is three-dimensional carrier confinement, that is Y10S977 slash 774. So this is done. Let me see if I wish to discuss this application because it's more to do with, but probably if it is a method which we can look into, I'll discuss a little bit in detail. So it's talking about the emission spectrum. So that is a topic of discussion of another day, because right now we just want to concentrate on the quantum part and how we can draft the smart contracts around the same, keeping the flow of what already has been done in terms of research and triggering the smart contracts as far as the contracts are concerned between different parties, putting it in a way where it can be utilized in the best possible format. This is done. So I'll just look into the QoS. QoS is quality of service. So here we are trying to understand the quantum task in terms of out of band priority of the quantum task. And for that allocation of resources, that is G06 F9 slash 5038. And then we have scheduling strategies for dispatcher, that is G06F9 slash 4887. For the priority stuff, which is good, I think this is something people who are working in the quantum need to look into, is G06F2209 slash 5021. Okay, I think we are good for today in terms of the basic, I would say the framework which we talked about, the architectural framework which can be developed around the same. As I discussed earlier also, one of the papers is already published. It is still not in the online world. It would be uploaded very soon. Once that is done, I'll share it in one of the upcoming live sessions. If you have any questions, you can always send us a DM, connect with us on LinkedIn, and we can take things forward from there. Thank you for watching this out. Have a great day ahead.